Thank you very much. Very good presentation.
Thanks, Tim.
Okie doke. So now we have Spreydon-Cashmere-Heathcote, please. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having us back. Apologies from Kia who's unable to make it today. So we'll get started. So it's been a busy month for us. We've just put up there on the screen just a list of decisions made under delegation by the board at our last meeting. We've had a lot of you heard from the community as well at our last meeting. So the Sumner Community Residents Association and Hub gave us an update on their recent activities and their sort of key areas of interest, and they're doing a huge amount of work out in Sumner. We also had a resident come to us to raise the issue of vandalism of plants in both council property and some private properties around the sort of Scott Park area and around Mount Pleasant. So we've referred that to staff for advice. Really concerning and distressing to see, public property and trees being damaged. And we're just waiting for staff to return advice to us on that one. We had a local resident who's interested in returning to, public access, public ownership, a 1898 Benz motor vehicle, believed to be the first car ever driven into Sumner. So he came to speak to the board, and his sort of initial plan is he's going to raise money to have the vehicle purchased, and wants to figure out what the best arrangement is with respect to council for its ongoing kind of management, maintenance and display. So that was really interesting and exciting idea. One of our big decisions was pedestrian and bus layover improvements on Wakefield Ave near Somervale Drive. That was obviously balancing a lot of different priorities in order to ensure that we have an effective public transport system. And it really highlighted, the benefits of moving towards electric buses. A lot of the frustration with the bus layover that exists there is down to noise, and so we think moving to electric buses ultimately is going to be a win-win-win, and we can't wait to see that happen. Obviously, that's not a CCC decision to make, but we're raising that with ECAN as well. The impact on our local communities in certain spots. Strengthening communities funding. So. Our board's just really proud to support a range of projects and groups that deliver incredible outcomes for the community. So some of the projects we funded included projects for river health, community safety, wellbeing and resilience, sport and recreation, and mental health. And if we go next, cool, Better Off Fund. So this one's really exciting. On the right, we have a picture of a half court. So this is the kind of facility that's going to be being installed at Cornelius O'Connor Reserve. For those of you who know where Manuka Cottage's new facility is in Addington. In some ways it's a small project, but it's one that's really, really important to the community. It was an idea that, that came directly from the youth in our community. These were boys between years 7 and 10. They came to present to the board. Some of them were really nervous. It was their first time in that kind of setting, and actually, I'm really, really proud that as a council we're able to support them and their ambitions. This is going to put a basketball court in a place where a lot of kids can access it without having to cross any major roads, and it's next to a playground and other really key community facilities. So it's good for everyone, I think. The other one is the Summerfield Community Centre. Renovations are complete. That's actually an old photo. It's about 3 years old. On Saturday, 28th of September, there'll be a Celebrate Summerfield event taking place, and just an opportunity for everyone to be invited into that new refurbished space and see the activities that kind of take place there, encourage activation of the facility. And the way that relates to Better Off funding is that we've funded the refurb, a lot of new furnishing for that building out of our fund, and that's going to arrive later in the year. And finally, as is tradition, I'll talk about the South Library. So We've had a design update from the team, which was really exciting. The walkthrough, which is a video walkthrough of a 3D rendering of the facility, is available on the CCC website if anyone's interested to go and look at it. But yeah, we had the opportunity to be sort of walked and talked through all the different design features, and it's really wonderful to see the vision coming to life, and building that connection with the river. And there's a really awesome cultural narrative that's tied in there as well, which I will not be able to do justice in 5 seconds, so I won't attempt that. But there's more information available on the website as well. And that's all we've got to say today. Any questions?
Councillor Skendrick.
Not so much a question, but I just want to highlight the teamwork of council with Cornelius O'Connor Reserve. Prior to Manuka Cottage going there, it was a bit, the local community were concerned about safety and SIPTED, etc., so it wasn't used as it should be, and it had a playground that was not used. Moving Manuka Cottage there, our staff had such vision. Now we've got young people coming. The new playground, which Andrew and his team put in there, is fully used because it's oversight from Manuka Cottage, and now the young from the housing complex and the community are coming and saying they want to use it. So this is a great success story for our community. So it's not even my community, it's not even election year, but it is absolutely fantastic and wonderful to be part of. And the car that you mentioned was technically the first boy racer, girl racer, because it was one of the 2 cars that had a drag race across the causeway, probably the first drag race in Christchurch, and they got to the stunning speed of 16 miles an hour. Just saying.
Beginning a cultural tradition which continues to this day.
Councillor Johansson, please.
Yeah, thank you for your update. I was just wondering, some time ago you came to council with a request that we look at doing a sort of pilot project to cater for the increased intensification and growth and what that was doing in local neighbourhoods. And I'm just wondering if there's been any progress on that, or if there's anything that we can do. I think the reason for asking is that I've got the same pressures in my ward, and it did seem like an eminently sensible thing to do.
So the board engaged with the University of Canterbury. So there was a group of graduate students who actually conducted a study about the densification that's happening in our ward area. I don't, off the top of my head, know where that can be accessed, that information. I can find that out for you. But it was really, really interesting that they really actually, I think what it was for us is it gave us hard data which really confirmed the story that we'd all been telling ourselves about what was happening in our neighbourhood. They were able to map out access to playgrounds, access to green space, and how that was changing. So I can provide more info about that.
Thank you, Yanni. One thing I'll say before Councillor McClellan has his very short question. When I went over there with Councillor Templeton, we looked around different places over there, and Sarah, you tell me, where's that bus stop thing that's
the old tram stop on Nayland Street that has been sitting there broken and fenced off since the earthquakes with zero plan to fix it.
Because when we went there, the story I heard was, it's going to take a lot of effort because the hill behind it has got geotech problems. I actually talked to the people who are building a house on that hill, and they were surprised to hear geotech problems because they've just got them all so they can build their house there. So it might not be as bad as what we think, and we might be able to get that fixed because it's just another reminder of what happened that long ago.
Would the builders give us the geotech?
I mean, the original estimate was 50,000 to get it done, but there is no plan. It's not on anyone's work program. And it's just sitting there fenced off and accumulating.
But the geotech problem, I don't think is as bad as what I've been told. Okay? Rightio.
Oh, I was just going to ask, could you circulate that link? I had a look for it and I couldn't find
to the library or to the report?
No, to the video walkthrough.
The video walkthrough, Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you. So
we'll find it.
Okay, so we have Fendleton Waimarie Harewood, please.